For this and other stories, subscribe. In the heart of Quito's historic center stood an old stone mansion, surrounded by cobblestone alleys and shadows stretching with the twilight. The mansion, known among locals as the House of Mirrors, was both a monument to past opulence and a reminder of the secrets it held within. In the mansion's main hall, under a carved arch that seemed to whisper echoes of the past, was an old mirror. Its frame was adorned with twisted angels and cherubs with empty eyes, their wings appearing to reach out into the room with a silent malevolence. The townspeople avoided the mansion after dark, when shadows blended with the stone and the mirrors seemed to come to life. It was said that the mirror in the main hall did not just reflect the observer's image, but also their darkest thoughts and hidden fears. One night, Martina, a curious young woman who had heard the stories about the mansion since childhood, decided to challenge the popular superstition and explore the House of Mirrors herself. Armed with a flashlight and youthful courage, Martina crossed the dusty threshold of the mansion and ventured into its silent hallways. Each step echoed like a ghostly whisper as Martina made her way to the main hall, where the mirror waited in silence. At the threshold, Martina paused, feeling a chill run down her spine as she faced the reflection of her own figure lit by the faint light of her flashlight. "Is anyone there?" Martina whispered, her voice barely a murmur in the mansion's vast silence. The echo of her question faded into the air, but in the mirror, the images seemed to distort slowly, as if the glass were alive with a dark energy that defied human understanding. Martina moved closer, her eyes fixed on the reflection that seemed to move with a life of its own. Then, the whispers began. At first, they were barely audible, like the rustle of dry leaves against the ground. Martina frowned, trying to make out the words slipping through the shadows of the hall. The whispers grew louder, filling the air with an unsettling cadence that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. "What do you want?" Martina asked, her voice trembling as she watched the words form and fade in the mirror's glass. The images in the mirror twisted, revealing spectral figures dancing at the edge of Martina's vision. Shadows of human forms writhing in agony, expressions of terror frozen on their invisible faces. The whispers turned into moans, lamentations that resonated in Martina's soul, stirring an anguish she couldn't explain. "Stop!" Martina screamed, backing away as her heart pounded with an intensity that seemed to fill the entire mansion. The mirror remained silent, its surface now calm, reflecting only the darkness of the empty hall. Martina, shaking from head to toe, felt the weight of the unknown on her shoulders as she turned and fled from the mansion, leaving behind the echo of her own footsteps and the persistent whisper in her mind. Since that night, Martina was never the same. Though the mansion still stands, its mirrors continue to reflect more than just visible reality. The people of Quito avoid the place with renewed superstition, allowing the House of Mirrors to rest in the shadows of its own secrets, waiting for the day someone else dares to challenge its silent darkness.